Still, it's quite a spectacular starscape. That was a good guess. So it was Lindsay and Stephen. And the music has changed again. We got another phone box. The thing is, it's just saved again and that's another row. Oh, am I evil and end it here? Or should we see this to the end? Time's still changing, look. It's now almost like sunset. Oh, let's see this to the end, shall we?
There's data coming through faster than I can encode it. I've already lost 2 processors. They keep burning out.
Please, I love you. You need to get out of there. It's not safe.
I need you, Stephen. I need you here. I can open the gate manually. I can let you in.
It's too dangerous. You don't understand what's happening out here.
No, you don't understand. We can solve this. We can find a way. I just need more power. I need to amplify the signal, and I can't do it on my own. You saw the opportunity. You ran the numbers, remember?
We're responsible for all this. You and me.
It's not just you and me anymore, though, is it?
Jesus, Kate, you're trying to talk to it, aren't you? Kate, you can't.
Stephen, I have to.
So, maybe the last one is going to be Kate? Given that Kate seems to be the one that's actually trying to communicate? Wow, that is a hell of a sunset. Well, we've got another orb up here. Let's go have a look. Indeed, it's rude not to answer the phone. But it was the cliffhanger I left it on last time. What the hell? Well, that's an interesting sound.
It's completely dead. It won't start.
It's only a short walk to the camp. I think we should split up. You go and fetch Rachel. I'll go back to the village and find Evie.
I don't think we should split up.
I don't want to either, Charlie, but we've got to. I'll meet you back at my house later on, okay? We can talk properly then.
Why won't you tell me what happened?
No, actually, you should stay at the camp tonight. Come and find me in the morning. Bring Rachel back. She's going to need her mother.
Meg.
Just take care of her.
Meg!
What is it, Charlie?
Nothing. Just be careful, that's all.
I will, I promise. You as well. I'll see you later on.
Okay. Why does it sound like it's printing something? It's got like a heartbeat sound to it as well. Yeah, I'm just entering Little Tipworth by the looks of it. Coming up to the main station again? I don't see anything that would be kind of what I'd consider the end point. Although there is a road that basically leads out of town, so maybe I'll follow the main road. Okay, so we've got a couple of warehouses, a few townhouses. Welcome to Forley's. Builders Merchants, 49 Tipworth Road, Little Tipworth. We sell breeze blocks, we sell trailers, and we sell bags of concrete. I can hear another phone ring. We've got a gate here. Can we get through the gate? Nope. I think the phone I can hear is inside the main building, although the orb wants me over here. You gonna show me something, buddy?
It's already out.
He's already out here? What? That's definitely a heartbeat I can hear. But it's like the one you'd hear on an ultrasound kind of thing?
But why on earth are you there? Why aren't you calling from home?
It's hard to explain. I'm having to move around to follow it. When it finds a suitable host, it begins to amplify. Sorry, I'm not making much sense.
No!
Talking about flu and a quarantine on the radio, but this... I know you're not that kind of doctor, but it all just sounds really weird.
We don't know exactly what it is yet, but it's got something to do with the other night.
Stephen, your face, the mark, do you think you're infected?
It's not a disease, Lizzie. It's something else. There's something Kate said about patterns. I can't grasp it clearly yet.
Okay, come over. Have some lunch. We can talk properly. Have you spoken with Kate?
She's locked herself in the observatory. She's buried in the data. But it's already out here in the world. I need to see how it adapts.
How what adapts? Stephen, try to explain.
What the hell?
Don't. Lizzie, listen. Be ready. I need to go. It's moving again. I'll call you later.
When it finds someone, it amplifies, and then he cuts himself off. What did it amplify? That's not fair. Okay, let's get out of the warehouse. That sounds like someone's revving up their car in the distance. Okay, so it's trying to pull me over to the house, so let's go and have a look. Someone having work done on it. Bit of scaffolding up on the outside. Yeah, that's 100% that's a heartbeat. Let's have a wander in here, shall we? Oh, one I have to tune.
Do you think she'll like it?
It's in an awful state, Stephen. I don't
It'll
think
be an
she'll...
adventure. It'll mean putting down roots here, maybe a family.
Are you sure she wants children? What, to stay here? It's not her place, you know.
Don't start that again, please.
I mean, she's ambitious, love, and she's, well, older. She's not going to want to stay cooped up at home looking after the kids.
Is that how you felt about me?
Oh, stop it, Stephen. That's not what I meant, and you know it. I'm just saying you should make a choice. If it's a family you want, well, you know how much Lizzie wants a family.
Jesus, Mum, I didn't come here for marriage guidance. I just asked if you thought about a fucking house.
Stephen,
Jeez.
Appleton language.
Sorry, it's just that you have to understand. Kate is the most brilliant, extraordinary, wonderful person I've ever known. She's like no one else. The way she looks at things. It's like she has whole worlds inside her head. I don't think you or anyone really understands that.
Okay, so Stephen came here with the intention of starting a family with Kate, who's up at the observatory, who he works with, and ended up falling in love with Lizzie. Okay. And then that makes the last radio transmission make a little bit more sense, that Kate knew about him and Lizzie as well. Dead birds. I don't think there's anything out in the garden, but we can have a wander. Anything by the shed? Upside down wheelbarrow? Nope. Okay, let's have a wander out into the main village a little bit more. So Kate's obviously some brilliant, genius person who's worked alongside Stephen, because she seems to be... She's the one that we keep hearing on all the radios. And she's the one that seems to be trying to figure out, like, what the signal's all about and what these numbers are about.
Physical changes are evident. Although the butterfly burn is now faded, I can clearly see the change in my pores up close. As I record these words, I can feel myself hearing them as if for the first time, as if I'm both speaker and listener simultaneously. I am a scientist. I can only deal with the evidence I have. And this points in one simple direction. It's not in the observatory.
It's everywhere else. It's around you.
It's in me.
Oh. Okay, so Stephen had a mark as well, and Kate had a mark. Okay. But yeah, they're the last ones we're hearing the story from. They the last ones to... No, they can't be the first ones to be marked and the last ones... This... Wow. We have people disappearing, but yet Kate and Stephen both had marks, so they were the main people for the triggering of the effect, I guess? So what happened to the people that disappeared? Why did they disappear? Got an orb over here on our left. Got another phone call as well. Pick up the phone.
Kate, can you hear me? Listen, I'm trying to make things right.
I'm listening through the box.
I've isolated myself. I'm in the old bunker at the substation. Just keep this band clear. If it's still alive, I'll try and check in every hour. Kate, I've convinced them to use the gas. I didn't know how else to stop it. I couldn't save them. Kate, it's in us, too. I've made arrangements for myself after the strike, after I finish the job. You need to think of that, too. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry about it all.
Okay, so the bombs that have dropped are obviously some sort of nerve gas then, I'm guessing. But then, I'm guessing we still would have seen some sort of mark on the floor as to when the nerve gas was deployed, maybe? But yeah, that is a very good point as well. The pictures that we're seeing with all the kids, we saw loads and loads of dead birds, but we did also see them pictures of the butterflies above them. So was it a case of the whole town ended up with these, like, what they're calling butterfly burns, maybe? And the only one we ever that actually really picked up on the fact they existed was the Stephen and Kate. Or maybe that's what the first thing is when they got infected, the butterfly burns started to appear. Yeah, it seems that Stephen was the one that authorized the airstrike of the gas. I can hear another phone. Yikes. This one in the house? The orb seems to want me to go to the house. Looks like it's upstairs. I've just heard a dot matrix printer again. I don't think it's the kids' play phone. Well, this is definitely a kid's room, isn't it? Oh, it's the bees from the place we went to before. What else we got? Oh, we got the kid and the dog. I think the dog is going to be okay. That's cursed infinity symbol again. All the butterflies. Where's this phone ringing though? Maybe it's downstairs then. It sounds like it's up here. It sounds like it's in that room. Maybe it's that room downstairs. No. Nice living room. Into the void. That's definitely on my left now. Aha!
No phones, you know the protocol. That doesn't matter now.
Clive?
It's figured out how to
Who's
circumvent
Clive?
the telecommunications blackout. What? I didn't think it could. Kate understood. understood, she saw how adaptable it was, how smart.
Jesus Christ, you're talking about it like it's alive.
You have to assume that everyone here is infected.
We can't know
We're
that.
infected. It's killed all the birds, and now it's in us. It's trying to leave the valley any way it can. The quarantine is not enough. You've got to remove the carriers. You've got to cut off its energy source, its food.
I've already told you, Stephen, I'm not going to water
You
an
have
airstrike.
to. Now it knows we're onto it. It's going to keep on spreading as fast as it can.
The quarantine and blackout will hold it in check. They've cut all of the phones out of the valley, so it's only you communicating
Aren't
out
you
now.
listening? It's figured out ways around it. Radio waves, something. All of the lines are cut, but the phones are working anyway. You've done all the right things, but it's not enough. You've got to stop it before it adapts again.
Stephen, my family, my wife and kids.
You know perfectly well what you've got to do.
I can't do it. Don't ask me to do it. You're asking me to sign their death warrant, my own family.
Damn it, don't you think I'm aware of that? I'll still be here when you drop the fucking stuff. Don't you lecture me about sacrifice, you spineless little shit. If you're so full of ideas, you come here and try dealing with it. Tell them the time when we had a choice is over. Tell them to do it. You've got to do it now.
So I'm guessing Clive was the guy on the council that made the call. Looking at the paperwork on the desk, the Haverton District Council. Seems that Stephen... Hey? Creepy, eerie sounds? Why does it sound like there's someone upstairs? Whoa. Clive was on the council, but Stephen was the one that pushed him to do it. For the good of us all. We go over to the pub? Or should we follow the orb down the back? I'm gonna go over to the pub. Because pub. Yeah, I mean that's something that I have noticed. Like even the old grandfather clocks in the old houses, the pendulum was still swinging backwards and forwards. The clock was still always frozen at 7 minutes past 6. So the clock back there, as you've just noticed as well, was also ticking. I kept looking at it because I noticed there's a second hand on it, and it was like frozen at maybe 1 or 2 minutes before the top. Oh, sorry, 1 or 2 seconds before the top. Oh, the orbs come back over to the pub. Pub. So they're still ticking, but they're still frozen. That's why I say there's some really weird time fracturing things going on. What you got to show me at the pub, Mr. Orb? This is that dot matrix sound again. Empty glasses, empty glasses, empty glasses. Let's go in the pub, shall we? And the pub is called, what was it? The Seventh Whistler. Let's have a wandering. Why are you sounding like a dot matrix printer? Pub. 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 Wednesday, 8 PM. Curry and a pint, only £2. What a bargain. Idol of the day, 50p.
You look well.
I don't. But thank you. You do. How are you settling in?
Nothing changes around here. I mean, it's great to be back. It still feels like home, I suppose. In a funny kind of way.
It's been a long time, Stephen. Last time you saw me, I could still walk properly.
You look pretty good to me.
Stop it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry about how things worked out.
Or didn't.
Or didn't, right.
Do you think you made a mistake leaving?
My mum tells me it's never too late to change things. To put things right.
Funny. It's just what she said to me the other day. I have been wondering what she meant by that.
That's embarrassing. Sorry.
Maybe I should go.
Why?
Stephen. we're both married. I don't think this is a good idea.
What isn't? We're just two old friends having a drink, that's all.
And this is where it began. Okay, back door is locked. Nothing else. Okay, so this is obviously where Lindsay and Stephen were old friends. He obviously came back to the village. And once again, a smoking cigarette that is still smoking. Okay. He came back to the local village. Yep, ale of the day, 50p. Bargain. Even like the curry and a pint is 2 for 2 quid's a bargain. I like what, 4 or 5 quid for a pint these days. Yeah, so Lindsay and Stephen obviously started have feelings for each other again. Well, I can go into that field, but I'm not going to because I don't see anything. Where's the orb gone? Should I carry on up through the village or should I go through the woods? On the public footpath. Where does that actually take me? It takes me out into the middle of nowhere, apparently. Where does the road take me? The road takes me up to a bus station. Let's go have a tour in the woods, shall we? You never know what's going to be out here. Might even be nothing. Oh! Is this the substation? Okay, so this was my other thought was like, what's the light? It was talking about the fact it was still able to get around. So was it getting around through the wires and the electricity, maybe? Because the first thing when we came across these orbs of light was right next to an electrical substation. So was the way that they were moving around via the electricity? What else is around here? I can hear like a Geiger counter now. We have a generator in the back. I think it's just those sparking, what I can hear. So Stephen said he was in the bunker inside the electrical substation. Oh, it's the orbs back. Oh, we got a radio.
Pressure in my eyes again. I can't move my legs, can't feel my face. When I collapsed, the light was waiting for me there. Caught me, lowered me here. Now it's pooling around my feet, watching me. The printers are spewing out page after page of zeros.
Okay.
It's frightened too. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. I'll look after you. It's alone. It's scared. Oh, it's traveled so far. It's okay. I can help you. We can be together now. 10 seconds to signal fusion. We can be together. 3 seconds. 2.
Oh, why'd it cut off there? Okay, so it can't be a coincidence that every time this orb flies by me now, I occasionally hear the whole dot matrix printing sound. And she's just turning around and saying that the printers are doing nothing but spewing out zeros. So that could be... Okay, I can see there's an orb I need to tune over here, so I'm going to go and do that first. And then I'm going to go back that way. I think the orb was trying to pull me that way. See, look, here's the one I need to tune.
Here, this was a mistake.
What do you want me to say? You knew what you were getting into.
Really?
Well, I'm sorry we don't measure up to your exacting standards, Dr. Collins. Maybe you just need to give us ordinary humans a break.
What? Ordinary humans like Lizzie Graves?
Oh, snap.
Did you really think that I wouldn't find out? Frank told me. Or did you forget there's one person in this shithole who actually talks to me?
Kate, it was just a drink.
Don't bother, Stephen!
Oh, for Christ's sake. Kate, slow down.
You were engaged to her, Stephen. You nearly married her.
Oh, come on, it was just a drink.
Then why the hell did you lie to me about it?
Because I knew you'd be mad and then it would end up in a row. You wanted to focus on the event tonight.
Oh, so you were actually doing me a favor. Wow, I guess I just forgot to say thank you. Do not treat me like I'm an idiot.
You're overreacting. I know you're stressed.
Just don't. You keep away from me tonight. I'm not gonna let you ruin this for me.
Kate. Kate, come on, this is crazy.
Okay, so it was a little bit more than just old friends. They were once married, well, they were once engaged. And we're gonna get married, so... So that was the first meeting, or it seemed to be like the first meeting we saw again when they were back in the pub. So, and she knew about it then? She knew from then onwards that they were going to be having almost essentially an affair. Okay, let's wander back up here anyway. I got a feeling if we cut through, although it's quite possible we can just cut through there, I think we're going to be missing out part of the story, so... I think that's the train station up there. Yeah, that's definitely the train station, so there's a little, like, station house there. Yeah, pub banter travels fast in a small village. Indeed. Oh, that's the pub again. Okay, so I don't need to go down there. The Tipworth Road and station approach. So let's kind of have a look, wander around at the station. See if anyone actually made it up here. Other than the dead birds. Road closed. Okay, so the police were up here and they were cordoning off the station as well. The orb has joined me again. Maybe there is a story to tell. What you got to show me, buddy? Diversion. Did anyone make it up here? More dead birds. Anything down here? People try again, rationing food, cans, bins. Keep out. More dead birds. I don't think there's anything down here. Can I get onto the tracks? Yes, I can. I can wander across. It looks like I can go all the way down there to the bridge. You know what? Let's take a little bit of a stroll. We can always come back. Did they just close the barrier? Is that all they did? Well, there's like a whole village on the other side of that. Interesting. I didn't see that on the map. Tipworth Junction. Radio.
Repeating over and over to myself in the dark. Eating cold food from a can with my fingers. My name is Catherine Collins. I am Catherine Collins.
I am Catherine.
As if I can force the world to acknowledge my existence. Time has ceased to exist in any real terms. I'm reduced to marking out the days on the walls. Like a cave woman.
I am Cave Woman Kate. Okay, so That is like a whole nother village there, but we are stopped from going into it. So let's wander back down the other end of the train track. Oh. That was a orb that I could activate by the sounds of it. I think that's... We're going to come back. We're going to loop back round to that. We're going to do like a horseshoe in a second. We'll wander down here anyway. Do. Anything on the other side of the train station? See, look, the electrical pylons kind of go right into the village and they come straight back out of it again. They say they go all the way along here. So, like, that was my idea for maybe method of transmission. If they were in the phone wires, I don't think it's a massive leap to assume that they could have also possibly used the electrical wires. Yorton and Tipworth. Anything around the back? We'll check around the back first. I can hear another orb that I need to tune just on my right. I'm guessing it's probably in here. Yeah. Oh, it's a big one.
Darling Stephen, I don't know if you'll ever listen to this. Maybe you've decided to stay with Kate, and I can't blame you for that. But I can't wait for you either. I've got to think about the baby.
Oh, okay.
Well, I should have left a long time ago. I've run out of excuses for not leaving now. But I do love you, Stephen. And I hope you find peace one way or another. Oh, there's planes coming.
Did we just hear the end of another story? Well, yeah, I guess we did. But we heard the end of Lizzie's story, but we're from Lizzie's place this time. Okay, that also explains the... Yeah, exactly as Ellie's just said in chat. So, see, I was right. The Lizzie orb with the little orb around it. So, little orb was baby. So this is where Lizzie died, essentially. She made it as far... This would be all her baggage. She made it as far as the phone. I've been in there, buddy. There's nothing more for thee in there. Okay, let's go over the train. So that does also mean that... Is our initial assumption correct? Or it seems to be leaning towards our initial assumption being correct, that these orbs are in fact the people. So if they're the little orb, you know, little Lizzie, is it that one orb is one person?
They do, though.
You're overreacting.
Stephen, they stare at me. Yesterday I went into the village and this old woman just stopped in the middle of the street and stared at me like I had two heads.
Oh, don't be so melodramatic.
I'm like a walking freak show. Oh, this place, it's so insular. I just don't understand how you grew up here.
Well, I was very different then. And they're not so bad, really.
That's easy for you to say.
Just give it a bloody chance, Kate. This was the deal. A year here, and we could be in with a real shot at Lucia.
Stephen!
Oh, Christ, it's Lantham.
Stephen Appleton, I thought it was you. What's all this about a Yank wife? Oh.
Charming. She's right
hello.
here.
2 heads, Stephen. Hi, I'm Kate.
Ha ha ha. Eat your own foot, mate. Chew mouth. Okay, do I have to go that way, Orb? Are you going to turn right down there? Please turn right. Don't turn left. You turned left. Damn it! You're trying to pull me back to the main village. Where did it go in the main village, though? I thought I've gone everywhere over here. Maybe I have? Maybe I missed something? I thought I'd seen everything. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. I'm pretty certain I have seen everything. The orb seems to have caught up with me whenever I've gone to places anyway. It doesn't seem that necessarily following it is the way to go. See, look, there you go. It's looped back round on the right anyway, so... Oh!
Have they closed the tunnel?
There's no trains. I've put up a sign.
The tunnel, Howard. Is it closed?
I think so. I don't like it. It's not right at all.
Stop whining. It doesn't help anyone.
Quit
You're
whining!
bleeding.
Oh, this headache is just killing me. I haven't had a nosebleed like this since I was a kid.
But you've not been to the village?
No, I've been here the last couple of days, or at home. I've only spoken to Clive at the EMC on the phone. Well, tried to anyway, but with all the crossed lines...
But no direct contact with any other people?
No, no one. What are you talking about? What's going on?
It's the pattern. It's adapted again. It doesn't need direct contact to transfer. It's using the phones.
What do you mean, direct contact? Stephen!
Okay, so it's now actually being referred to as the contact. It has a name now. So the orbs are the contact. And it does it by contact. So you don't have to touch anyone, you just need to speak to them essentially, and it transmits itself. Okay, that's a little bit scary. To the petrol station. At the local cafe, Holly's Cafe. Oh, we got a radio.
This is Catherine Collins, recording for posterity. It's all over. I don't know how long I've got. Whatever he did, whatever the planes were carrying, it's burning my lungs. Probably some kind of nerve agent. I suspect it's only exposure to the pattern that has kept me alive this long. I'm making my way to Tower 6. I'm going to fuse the signals from the optical array. I just hope I can make it.
Okay, we know she makes it because we heard the transmission to say that she was fusing them. So, I guess earlier on with the bombs not being explosive, but a nerve agent was also correct. So people die, but that doesn't explain why there's no bodies. Let's pop into the cafe.
Hello? Hello, is there anyone there? Can anyone hear me? Clive? Clive, it's Stephen Appleton. Are you there? Can you hear me? Over. Come on, Clive, where are you? Damn it! Kate, it's Stephen. Come in Tower 6. Kate, are you there? Kate! Anyone? Hello? Can anyone hear me? This is Dr. Stephen Appleton broadcasting from within the quarantine zone. Can anybody hear me? Over. Oh, God, no. No. Fucking hell, no!
Okay! So yeah, that's quite clear that they were in the phone lines then. Despite the fact the phone lines were cut. Oh, I'm gonna press the bell. Ding! Everything else is shut. Yep, okay. take a wander over to the warehouse. Valley Farm Wholesalers. So I'm guessing these would have been the people to go to for the supplies. I just noticed there's a house over there as well, so I'll quickly check that out. And then we'll go over to the wholesalers. I don't know if we're necessarily going to be able to get in. It's not going to hurt to check it out. There might be another radio over here. Oh, I can hear a phone. Inside the house, so maybe we can go in. The fireplace is still on. Oh, we got a red phone.
Station Master's house, Howard Lantham speaking. Howard, it's Clive. Clive Smith. I need you to listen to me and not ask questions or interrupt. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. But why are you calling?
The Emergency Measures Committee is imposing a quarantine around the valley. We've got an influenza outbreak in the village. We're suspending rail services, and we're also going to be shutting down the roads for a bit. You're going to be dealing with some anxious people, Howard, so you need to explain it's all under control, and we'll be back to normal in a few days.
All right.
Open up the emergency store. There's posters and boards, along with a bunch of stuff that hasn't been used since the war. Grab anything you think might be useful. I need you to close up any unoccupied buildings, put posters up, that sort of thing. Make sure everything is all squared away and shipshape. You were a military man, I'm sure you understand that. Everyone doing their bit, following their orders. All right?
All right. I think.
Good man. I knew we could count on you.
Ah, Jesus, Maze. What the hell was that?
Ha ha. That was Howard getting infected. Okay, so Clive had it. And I'm guessing that was Howard getting infected with it from Clive via the phone call. Anything upstairs? That was a really slow way up the stairs. Yikes. Oh. Nothing out there. Anything in here? Nothing I can see. 7 minutes past 6. Another book. Another load of books. Okay, let's get out of here. Bathroom. That's a that's a whole load of blood. Blood on the wall. Blood on the towels. Blood in the sink. Ugh. Anything outside? Nothing outside. Oh! Titworth Junction. Oh, it's a little train. Oh, that's awesome! Just a figure of 8. Oh, that's brilliant. Little train collector. Keep an eye out on the village. So he was obviously a bit of a train enthusiast. Another alarm clock. Again, 0607. Lots of tissues, lots of blood. Okay, let's get out of this place. Nothing obvious is that. What's this one say? Cheers. Homie, never forget. Yeah, the station master, a trade enthusiast, who would have guessed? Well, you know, people sometimes end up with jobs that they might not necessarily, you know, have a real enthusiasm for. You'd hope, given that, you know, there's pictures of train stations all over the guy's house, that he was some sort of train enthusiast. It was a little bit weird. Every door in this house was unlocked. Weird. Okay, so... Okay. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Are we seeing numbers here? 7, 3. Okay. 7 up at the top. Is this maybe people missing or? Wow, yeah, big supply count. And another proximity detecting microwave. Okay, let's get out of here, shall we? Oh, every door except that one. Okay, let's get out of the station master's house. Let's get into the warehouse. So Clive infected Howard. Howard was the one who had no contact with anyone but was still infected. Yeah, okay. He closed down the station for us. He closed down the bridge and the entrance exit there. So we learned the story of Clive. And Clive was the one that picked Stephen and Kate up from the... Not Clive. Howard was the one who picked up Stephen and Kate from the train station. Okay. Anything in here? Is there a radio or anything? Nothing in there. Oh, there's one I need to tune there. Oh, we have blood.
Appleton! What are you doing here?
You thieving bastard, I knew it was you.
Listen, take everything you need. But then you have to leave. You don't understand. You can't be near me.
Painting his stupid little pictures. Stealing food. You always were a little prick.
Please, every second we're in proximity makes it worse. I'm a primary conduit.
You're a fucking disgrace. Come here!
Don't touch me, get off!
What's going on?
Come in here, lord
Jesus,
it over
Sam.
us. Thinking you're so much better
Sam,
than the
leave
rest
him.
of us.
No physical
you
contact.
and your stupid fucking missus.
stop
She's
it.
better than any of you.
Oh, snap!
Sam?
Is he...
Meg, please.
Don't come near me.
Meg!
Charlie!
Meg, wait!
Don't touch me!
Please, you have to understand, it was an accident!
Get off her!
Let go, let's just go.
Charlie, you have to understand, it was an accident.
Just leave him. Leave him.
What have you done, Appleton, you bastard?
Come on, Charlie, let's just
Meg,
get
Charlie,
out of here.
please!
Okay, so I guess he got his head caved in with the hammer. But again, lots of blood and no body. Stephen's a primary conduit. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it was Kate and Stephen were the original ones infected and they ended up infecting the whole village? With everything they did or touched? Oh, look! It's following the electrical cables. Maybe my guess was right. That is definitely following the cables. Okay, so anything in here?
You're a daft old bird walking all the way out here for it. You know Charlie would have dropped it off.
What, and have that stinking great lorry of his poisoning my birds? He shouldn't be driving it on these lanes. It's a hazard.
I think he was hoping he could have a word with you about Frank.
There's nothing to say.
Oh, listen, Wendy, they might all be scared of you, but that's not going to work with me. You're 68 years old. Grow up. Talk to Frank.
How dare you speak to me like that? Give me my bird feeder right now.
Promise me you'll drop by and see your brother.
Megan Holloway, give...
Not a chance. Promise me. It's for your own good, and you know it.
You are a shamelessly manipulative and difficult woman. It's no wonder Charlie adores you so much.
No wonder I do what?
No wonder you never finish what you start. I thought I told you to check the incoming stock orders. Wendy, one bird feeder for you. I'll tell Frank you'll stop by.
Oh!
Charlie, stop mooning around and stick the kettle on. Make yourself useful.
That is definitely hard not to see. Okay, so I'm guessing, really, the whole world's infected? Because no way did that end here. Okay, so we've been around the warehouse now. Oh, that would also make sense, considering Stephen said he was hiding in the bunker below the substation. So if he ended up spreading it with his contact with the substation, then yeah, he would have ended up spreading it via the electricity. That also makes sense. So we've been to the cafe, we've been to the Whole Foods. So follow this round, I guess. More dead birds. That could also explain the dead birds. Maybe it's some kind of like electromagnetic interference. Oh, I can hear the orb again.
Jesus, man, what have you done to your face?
It's nothing. You collecting feed? Looks like the supplies haven't been coming in.
Huh? Again?
The phones are all strange. I can't pinpoint the logic of transmission.
You what? What are you doing with that paint?
Means the EMC are actually moving at the proper speed. Listen, Frank. Have you heard anything on the radio about a flu outbreak?
Doesn't seem much like flu to me.
They're shutting down access to the valley to try and isolate it. No. Something about the phones. I can't put my finger on it quite yet.
What are you talking about? Hey, I'm still talking to you. Where are you going?
So, okay, so I'm guessing it was Stephen that was going around marking all the pictures. But he didn't mark this one. What did he do with the paint? Did he mark it? I think I need to go back to the substation. I think that's why, by the looks of it, look, it's all collecting over there. There's still a few bits I haven't been to. I think it's just this little bit around here, so I'll quickly... Yeah, because look, that was the little path I took before. So let's go into here and see if there's anything down here, and then we'll come back into the substation. Yeah, there's only a little bit here anyway. We might find a radio if we're lucky. Oh, I can hear a phone. That'll do as well. What is that? Oh, it's like a sink board or something.
It's all over the valley. Don't you get that? This isn't some abstract thing. Whatever came down into the tower has got out. They've quarantined the whole valley.
It's right here in the observatory.
It's out in the world. It's adapting and spreading. Do you understand?
No, we can't turn it away. It's come too far.
Okay, people are disappearing. Shut it down now.
No. If you won't help me, I'll do it on my own. I'm gonna route all the power back through Tower 6.
Kate!
Wait. It's trying to break through again.
Kate! Wait!
Trying to break through again? Okay, yeah, let's get back to the substation. I can't go out here, can I? No. Have I been to that house? Or was that the pub? Oh no, that's the little woods next to the house, which I went to earlier. So let's go back to the substation. Seems that everything is collecting over here. Oh, the electrical hum. Or is this the point I need to make my decision? Well, it's collecting on the building, but it's kind of pointing over here as well. Oh! How did I not see that before? Was that open before? Or is that the bunker that Stephen was hiding in? When did that open? I'm guessing this must be the bunker. It looks very bunkery. Generator? The generator's running. Oh, I can hear the heartbeat again.
When I was a kid, my dad found a fox. It had been hit by a car and couldn't walk anymore. My mum went spare, of course. Made him keep it in the shed. He was already slipping away from us then. He spent hours with that fox, telling it all about Italy and the villages they bombed there. I was jealous, I think. The fox got more of my dad than I did. But it was dying, that was clear. So one day, I snuck out, took it a sandwich for food. I was only 8. When it bit me, I remember the anger, the shock, the hurt. Running in, screaming from the garden. My mum panicking about rabies. My dad beat it to death with a spade. Later I found him crying. I'd done it, Ken's son. That's what he said. I'd done it, Ken, it was hurting you. That's just a poor, dumb, dying animal. It doesn't know it's hurting us. Christ help us, it's left the valley. It's everywhere now. It's been 3 hours since the planes went over. I haven't been able to reach anyone on the shortwave. I'm beginning to think I may have made a terrible miscalculation.
Okay. So Stephen... Oh, jeez. That's a lot of information. So Stephen was the one who called in the airstrike, or convinced Clive to call in the airstrike, of nerve gas that's killed the whole village. The whole 2 towns, basically. But with the story with the fox there, it may just be a case of, like, contact with this entity isn't aware of the damage it's doing to us in its existence, and is just continuing to try and exist. By the looks of it, Stephen was trying to calculate something down here in terms of the way the thing worked, and was the one to survive contact with a nerve gas. And made it to the end of this corridor, I'm guessing? That also explains what he was doing with all the paint. At least the white paint. It was him trying to figure out, well, writing his equations. There's one more I need to tune here at the end of the corridor. I don't even have to tune it. It's got... Oh, it's a big one. I do need to tune it, but I need to change the angle I look at it so I can tune it. Big one again.
You understand me, don't you? Well, there's no one left. Just me. You know what this is? What I'm gonna do? You want light? Fine. I'll give you light. After me, there's no one. You'll be all alone again. Forever. Like before. You've taken everyone I've ever loved from me. You've made me do things I never even thought I was capable of. But if you think I'm coming with you... Kate? Wait. Stop. Kate.
Oh, crap, he's set himself on fire.